Good afternoon and welcome back to another episode of Help, I Bought a Farm for Farming Simulator 22. Now, today, before I get into today's video, I'd like to please ask if you could subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything and it helps the channel out massively, which helps me out massively. You can consider it your good deed for the day. Today you can help an old man develop his YouTube channel, and tomorrow you can help an old lady cross the street. So that said, let's get into today's video, which is going to be about stones and what we can do with stones. So you'll see in front of us here we've got lots of different stone collecting equipment gathered up, ready to go. So I'll take a look at the first tool. All these tools are available in the store, by the way. I'll show you where to get them. So the first one here is the Signature 7200 with a 2000 litre capacity and a whopping 2 metre reach. The next tool is the Rock King with a 3800 litre storage capacity and a whopping 2.4 metre reach. And you have the Scorpio 550, a 2000 litre capacity and a 5.5 metre reach. Now these three tools here, they're all available in the base game content, but we now have the Scorpio 710. It only has a 2500 litre capacity, but it has a monstrous 9.5 metre reach. And this one is a mod, which is available on the mod hub, and I'll leave a link in the description for you if you're interested in downloading this mod. So on PC, if you press P to open up the store and look under tools, you've got your stone pickers here right in the centre. And there we have it there, the Signature 7200, the Rock King 9600, Scorpio 550 and the Scorpio 710, and there it says there that it's a mod. Now, you can buy or lease any one of these. The cheaper, smaller one might be better for you if you're just starting out in the game. Until I got this mod here, the Scorpio 710, I used to use this one here. They're relatively cheap, but I like to buy them. And I like this one because it had the bigger reach to collect more stones faster. This one does have a bigger capacity, but this one can collect them faster because of the larger reach. Now I prefer just to buy them because every time you prepare a field for the next crop seeding, you have to basically collect the stones, unless you go into your options menu and you switch off the field stone. Now the fields have got different options. You've got periodic ploughing required, field stone lime required, and weeds. Now I like to keep all of these switched on, mainly because it maintains that element of realism. You'll find if you live in a rural town or village like myself, the local farmers will have to remove weeds, they will have to spread some lime, they do plough their fields and periodically need to remove the fieldstone. Now the benefit to keeping the fieldstone switched on is that you can actually do things with it, which I'll cover later in this video. So let's take a little look at the equipment. So the Signature 7200, I am not a big fan of this one, although it's cheap. I'm not a big fan of this one. It's quite small, quite a small storage capacity. But the main thing I dislike about this one is if you press X to unfold the stone picker, you'll see it kind of offsets there to the right. Now let's have a drive roundabout, and you'll see if I was collecting stones from this field, the stone picker is quite offset to the right there. Now that can be a bit of a pain if you're doing it manually. The AI can do it no problem, it just takes longer because of the small reach or the small range it's got. If we look at the Rock King, it is basically just a bigger version of the Signature 7200. Again, if you press X to unfold it, it offsets to the right. It does have a bigger reach and a bigger storage capacity, but it's a bit of a nuisance trying to collect stones with that offset. Looking at the Scorpio 5500, which, as I mentioned earlier, prior to getting the Scorpio 710, this was my preferred method of collecting rocks, purely because of that 5.5 metre reach, and you're able to collect the stones. There's no offset, it's right in the centre, so wherever you drive your tractor, that's going to be collecting the stones. Was until recently by far my favourite rock collector. Nice and simples. But then I discovered the Scorpio 710 with the whopping 9.5 metre reach. The only thing I dislike about this one is the storage capacity. If you go to the extent of making a mod with a bigger reach, you would expect a bigger storage capacity. But it has been increased to 2,500 litres as opposed to 2,000 litres, which I suppose you can't really complain about. It does the job more efficiently than the other rock collectors. So how do we collect our rocks? Let's have a look at the field. So after you plough the field, you harvest your crop, you plough the field, you then prepare the field for the next sowing, and you get these rocks. However, we don't need to collect all of these rocks. We only need to collect the big ones. These smaller rocks, if you use a roller, you can just roll them back into the field and they won't have any adverse effect on your crop. It won't affect the crop yield. However, I like to collect them because there is other things we can do with these rocks. So I'll go and collect them up, and I'll fast forward the video. So there we have it. That I got lazy and I used the AI to do it for me, but that only took 8. Let's call it 8 passes, 8 trips. Just fold it up. Much quicker than using the older previous version. Now, unfortunately, in the base game, there is only one thing we can do with stones, and that's sell them. Wrong button. So if we go, no, that was the right button. So go into the map, and what we're looking for should be over here somewhere. Nope, that's a lime station. Oil mill. There we are. The debris crusher. You just click on there and I can visit. And there we go. So you get your stones, collect your stones up, and you dump them in that that area there, and it'll crush them up. You'll get some money for them. Now, I used to collect the stones in a big pile somewhere on my farm until fairly recently. And I found another mod. Let's come back to the farm. And what we have is stone storage. If we have a look in the construction menu, and I think it is in production, selling points. So there we go. If you don't have a debris crusher in the map that you've chosen, there is one. This is the Elm Creek map, so the Elm Creek map has one. You can build one for $10,000. You can place it in your own farm if you want. And we'll look at some buildings, silos, and it should be along towards the end here. There we go. It says here, I've got as a mod stone storage, and we can build that for $56,000. So I'll get my stones. Somewhere, here we are. I'll put a link to that mod in the description as well if you're interested in getting that for your game. I'm not sure if it's available on consoles. I play on PC. I just find PC gaming much easier to mod. And all you need to do is just kind of drive into the area. For some reason it's not giving me the option to unload. There we go. Unload the stones. It's a bit unrealistic because it's going to dump the stones right here. And they actually go into, I don't know if you can just see under the roof there, the stones have gone into that kind of green and white storage area. Much easier or much better than just leaving a pile of stones somewhere in your yard or your farm. You would then have to get some sort of a low loader attachment for your tractor and a shovel and then scoop them back into a trailer to then go and take them to the stone crusher. Unless you have a stone crusher in your farm, you can just dump them in there. But it's quite a vast map, so you'd probably end up having multiple stone crushers. And then all we need to do, we get our trailer. We can take them, there we go, start filling. Great mod. Okay. And then all we need to do is drive up to the stone crusher. But I don't intend on selling these to the stone crusher. And I'll just show you why. The stone crusher is just along that road there, if you're not familiar with it. But what I've built along this road here, again, is another mod. It's a lime factory. And we can use the stone turned into lime, which we would then use to spread the lime on our fields, as seen here. Nope, I'm getting stuck. What a driver. I'm stuck in the roof. Get up there. Unload the stones. Slowly. And this saves us buying lime every time we need to lime a field. We don't lime fields very often, and you may choose to switch the lime requirement off. I like to keep it on. And then when the lime is ready, we can collect it here. And I don't think I've got any ready, but I'll check. It should actually show in your production chains. So for your businesses, here's your production line here. Greenhouses, greenhouses, greenhouses. Yeah, there's my lime factory there. And I don't have it switched on there. Got it set to storage. Yeah, I'll leave it storage. I don't want to sell it because I'm going to keep that for my own fields. And I don't have any outgoing products at the moment. You haven't activated it. There we go, active. And we'll get, for every 12, I think that's 12 units. I'm not sure if it's 12 units or 12 litres. But for every 12 stones, we get 9. We'll go with litres. For every 12 litres of stone, we get 9 litres of lime. The production chain will create, so that's 3,121 cycles every month. So it'll do this. It'll convert 12 stones, or 12 litres of stones into 9 litres of lime 3,120 times per month, and it only costs us $180 per month to run this. There we go, 7 litres of lime. I'll speed the time up and see if we can get more. Slow that down again. Let's see what we've got. Awesome. Now I could collect this lime in my trailer here, but it's probably better that you come along with some sort of lime spreader. I'll just put it in the trailer now since I've got the trailer. That saves running up for the spreader. There we go, start filling. As easy as that. And that saves us buying lime. We can also sell the lime for some extra money if we don't require any lime spreading. So there we have it. Just a brief video on what we can do with stones in Farming Simulator 22. I hope you found it enjoyable and educational. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time guys, thank you for watching, thank you for staying this long if you're still here, and good night.